Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday. That's the third day of February and the second day of Adar. I want to give you one more law that will apply towards Purim. I don't know if we're going to do Purim laws all the way up until Purim is still 6 weeks away, but here's another very important one, and it is this. When you're listening to the Megilah, everybody knows that you're supposed to hear every single word of the Megilah, right? Okay, that's common knowledge. But there's like a little twist on that halacha that a lot of people don't know. Let's say you're listening to the Megilah, you're in shul, the guy next to you is making some noise, and he coughs really loud, and you miss one of the words. Or someone gets a little overzealous with their Gregor and starts making noise before the word Haman. He makes so much noise that you miss that word Haman, and boom, you lost a word. So through any of the many happenings that could happen in a crowded shul, you end up missing a word. Do you at that moment go, oh, rats, and now just say, oh, I guess I'll just go home. I'll come back for the 10 o'clock Megilah reading because I just missed the whole thing because of that guy who sneezed next to me. Well, guess what? There's good news. You don't have to leave the Megilah reading. You won't have to necessarily go and come back for another Megilah reading. You're actually okay. Now, why is that? If I just told you you're supposed to hear every word of the Megilah. So here's the catch. Yes, you're supposed to hear every word of the Megilah, but you are allowed to get a minority number of words of the Megilah, not necessarily through the Baal Koreh who's reading it and you missed a word that the Baal Koreh said. When you miss a word, or if you miss a word, you can say that word yourself out of whatever Megilah you're reading from, even if the Megilah you're reading from is just a printed matter and not really a kosher Megilah. Why is that? Why do I say that that's okay? Because when we say that you must hear someone read the Megilah to you from a kosher Megilah, that's true. But if you miss a word being read to you from the kosher Megilah, you're allowed to get a minority of the words through the not-so-kosher way of just reading it to yourself from a printed Megilah that's in front of you. Okay, as long as it's a minority of the words, that's still going to be considered okay. Therefore, it's all right if you missed a word. You'll say the word out of your own Megilah, and let's say there were 99% of the words you heard from the Baal Koreh. One of the words you heard yourself say when you read it from your not proper Megilah, that's okay because you got the majority. You heard every word of the Megilah, the majority from the Baal Koreh, some of them from you just saying them to yourself. Really, this is what the halacha is. So you miss a word here and there, you just say them quickly to yourself and go back quickly to listening to what the Baal Koreh is reading for you. That's considered fine, believe it or not. You're only not allowed to use this for like you can't come late to the Megilah and miss the first sentence. It can't chop off the beginning of the Megilah. It can't chop off the end of the Megilah. It also can't chop off one segment of the Megilah, but just a word here and there done through this style is okay. So if you do miss a word, simple, just say that word and go back to listening to what the Baal Koreh said, and believe it or not, you'll be fine. You've still fulfilled the mitzvah of hearing the Megilah. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.